Alright, we're going to be taking a look at Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I almost said the wrong trade. So, I've always been a huge fan about Warhammer. I always want to get into it. I've been playing on the side Pathfinder, and I've been enjoying it, and then I realized they had this one, so I was like, why not? So, why not? Alright, this is my character. Oh, I didn't choose a name, but of course. There we go. As you can see, she is an officer. We did make her a noble trait. Shadow Torment. Voidborn was where she was born in. And the brilliance here. Living up our persuasion so we can talk away our stuff.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. Allow me to introduce myself.
Okay, how can
Conrad
we show?
Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her
that's
Ladyship
nice to show
Rogue
you.
Trader
I'll give
Theodora
you a sec,
von
Peter.
Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before. My deepest respects to you, Your Grace. A noble of the Imperium. It's been a long time since Providence last brought such eminent guests aboard this vessel. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the
he's a
interests
spy.
of House von Valencias.
007.
I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others. Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis.
That's good, especially if you're
At the
not
time when
familiar
the
with a lot
first
of
rogue
Warhammer
traders
lore.
entered the God
So it's nice
Emperor's
to see these
service.
little bits.
And therefore, it is sacrosanct. So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
One thing
I
about this
would rather
universe
not
I have
discuss the Lord
learned
Captain behind
over
her back.
time is
Especially
I never want to be
not on
born in
board
this
a ship.
world.
No one
In
knows
that
better than
Warhammer
I
world.
that
At all.
whispers are wont
Ever.
to attract
Never.
particularly close attention.
There's... I've As glorious
Suffice it to
as that
say,
world is, and
that
very
her ladyship
steampunk
is the bearer
futuristic
of the sacred
aspects,
warrant of trade, and a woman
you're
of
always
immense
fighting
power
something.
and
There's always
entitlement. However
something
privileged
coming
your
at you.
position
It
may be,
never feels
I ask that
good.
you do not incur
It always feels
her
like
anger by
you're
being
just
disrespectful
living. You're
of
just trying to live
others.
for the next day.
Lady Theodora despises both qualities. There is, and you will meet him soon enough. But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay, eyes, inventory. I have a revolver, pistol shot. Oh, that's really good.
Let the faith guide my path to glory! We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Time for mans.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Cutscene.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Damn, you see what I mean? There you are, just minding your business.
The
Just
servitors have gone berserk!
fixing something, and all of a sudden you get impaled. That would fucking suck.
May the blessings of the divine grant us the courage and strength!
Yes. Damn, double kill.
And so shall it be done.
This at least gives me half defense.
Rejoice in service!
Oh, that's nice. 1 damage. Damn.
Actions will speak louder than words. I can't allow myself to do this.
Oh, nice. Poor guy. Yep.
And so shall it be done.
Damn. That sucks. Look! He's UI Goku.
Death to the heretics!
Damn.
I will not be deterred.
Ooh. Good job.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
You guys are late.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Okay.
The Divine watches over us. Let us walk this path to the end.
Okay. There we go. Countless candles illuminate.
Know your duty.
Okay.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Tap breeze.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Huh.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Implant.
Our second candidate has joined us.
Hi.
Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the
Oh, it tells you if you
expanse.
succeed or not, which is nice.
High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Let's go with this one.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, An untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you're unaware of their existence.
Wow.
Well, I find your company disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship.
Damn.
Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Spy.
So, why are you here? You have seeded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things.
Hey!
My envoys came for you. The terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Ooh.
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. Your noble descent is a sign that power lives in your very flesh and blood. You would never doubt your words or actions. Never show weakness. Never let an involuntary gesture or a careless word betray your fears or agitation. At least, if your upbringing was as thorough as mine was in my time. Many will grovel at your feet. Governors, commanders, highborn navigators,
Interesting.
conceited lords. And
I wonder
you
for
cannot
the
allow
other
them to
origins what
sense
they say here.
weakness in the one who stands above them. Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Damn.
I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance.
I wonder how much dialogue
Or it
there
could
is
be the
actually in
warp
the
playing
game.
tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the
Oh, is
God
that your
Emperor's
character?
sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals.
No, the
Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Reminds me of Dune.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Okay.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows. In that case, I shall head to...
I have a feeling I'm about to get attacked.
Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Damn.
Grovel before the faithful!
Your Emperor won't save you!
Kill them.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Stay vigilant!
Reduced to dust!
Oh, he ran all the way through that to fight. Okay.
Of the Imperium!
To the weak.
Just a minor setback.
To non-believers!
Not me, please.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens! And so shall it be done.
Nice.
Crush the feeble!
chaos guides me.
Such is the will of chaos.
Out of my way!
He don't feel like he'll make it.
Ah!
Damn.
One fewer target. Reduced to dust.
Die!
Okay, that has a positive effect. Kill them.
Rejoice in service.
I suck.
Look out.
Damn.
Ah! Death to the heretics!
I was gonna say, who else is alive?
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
Okay.
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Damn.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly. Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Damn, so much has happened so far. You would think they'll just give me, like, I just get to walk in and be like, hi, here's your first day into the job. No, they're like, shit is going down. Get ready.
Know your duty.
It's not that way.
The Divine watches over us!
Oh, I hear more shooting. Oh, the bridge is on. That's cool to see.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Huh.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Oh, she's right behind me.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable.
Okay.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Well, thoughtfully.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Oh, I think it...
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Not everything in Yorp.
Okay. She didn't like that one.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Oh. Of course. Ow! I had a feeling he'd betray me.
Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it, voluntarily
or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade. On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion.
That's cool to see when you make a character break.
It no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench, Fon Valencius, watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Oh. Okay.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? Genetic code identified. Child of House Fon Valencius. Do you require a... Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Okay, that's nice. See, that'd be smart to use the Sentinels against them. Can I get some free XP for this? Oh, fuck! Those Kindles we did.
There is still another way.
Well, that was cool.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
We know that by my will and by the true word of this document, I appoint this person, the bearer of the warrant of trade, upon them and their dynasty, the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over night where it's untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the roads of thorn, is something that I didn't get a chance to read.
Escort the child of the house to safety. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, standing by. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the Child of the House and a means of communicating with the Rogue Trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Voxmaster,
restore communication with the Navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. What the fuck did it... Okay.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Oh, he's talking to me. Can I have any of your guns? Can I have a turret? Wait.
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this? What? Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora. Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening.
Cats are staring at each other.
At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
My cat does not like outdoor cats at all. This one has got him all hissed up.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Well, I didn't want to.
Here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I added something to cargo by mistake. Thought that was something about here. How do we get it back?
What advice do you seek?
Heresy grows from idleness.
I cheerlead you on. Oh, damn. Well, let's hope I can get that back at some point.